So I have carved to this point here. I jumped ahead here and didn't show you this carving just simply because there are a bunch of bug holes in here that go all the way through, and I'm afraid that this thing is just not going to turn out. I think there's going to be too many details that aren't going to be in there. And secondly, this is going to be a piece that's going to be holding up some shelving, and with me carving in this far into the wood, I'm afraid, especially with those wormholes in here, that this isn't going to be strong enough. So I'm going to have to find another piece of wood. So this is the piece of wood I've got. It's another piece of cherry, but I think it's a different species. I think it's either a choke cherry or a sweet cherry. I found it in the city here where they were. So I'm not sure what this is, but it's very hardwood. It's very dense. I can't even put a fingernail into it, so it feels like it's even more dense than the last wood. So we're going to give it a shot, see how it goes. I may have to find something else. I'm not going to carve in as deep. I'm only going to go a little bit. We're going to see how that works. I may have to change my design and go to a profile. We'll see how that works. Alright, well, this might work. It is tough to carve, but the deeper I go, the easier it is. It's the outer layers that tend to be the hardest. Starting to get some of that nice color in this wood. So it'd be kind of cool if that can show up a little. So you can see I'm not going very deep, and I think that'll work. So we're going to continue carving. I'm having to just slope the forehead back just a little bit, just to give it a little more realistic look. So you can see I've already done it here on this side where I've sloped this back. This side goes up, and I just took a number 7 gouge here. It's a 16 millimeter wide, and kind of was able to take that back by already starts looking a little better. So I'm getting pretty close here. I'm happy with the way the snout is so far. Of course, I gotta get a little bit deeper underneath here, and then I've got to define this nose. Before I work on the eyes, I'm going to cut in around the face here just a little bit, so it kind of is more separate from the back. And then I will, in this front here, I want the neck to be back just a little bit, maybe an 1/8 of an inch or so. So this is what I have now. It's starting to take shape. So this is a good way to get a perfectly round eye, is to use a gouge which has the right radius, and then poke it in. You want just down pressure, and be careful not to wiggle it back and forth this way, because you can chip out the wood. But then you can slowly use the radius, and you can just work your way around, and it creates a perfect circle. There. I found a long time ago that less pressure is actually better. If you find yourself putting a lot of pressure in this, you're going to slip and either mess up your carving or your fingers. So light pressure here is all I'm doing, and then once I get a line carved in, then I can start applying a little more pressure as I go. But the first few times I'm going to do really light passes. With the wolf, it was actually it actually went in quite a ways on my other one, as you can see here. And what I'm afraid is I'm going to take off too much material on this. And being a corner post, I want it to be strong. So I'm going to change the design. So instead of going in and doing a face like I did for the river otter, I'm just going to do a silhouette of the wolf here. We're howling at a moon. So I've got river otter and the wolf, and it'll be 90 degrees to each other. Just go around very gently like I've done on the other ones, and then I'll just round over the edges on it, and then I'll probably end up giving this a light painting on here, and then I'll do kind of the same thing for the moon as well. So anyway, that's my plan. You'll probably just see it, what it looks like. So that's what I have, and oh, too far. Back up. There we go. So I've just got a little bit more work to do on this, clean up some of the cuts in there, but I'm pretty much done carving. Some boiled linseed oil to seal this up. Apply it on here, so then just a little bit like that. So the grain will still show through, but I can darken it up just a little bit. And the nice part about doing this too is if I get too much on, I can simply wipe it off with a paper towel, because I've already sealed it. So this is what I've got. I've got river otter. They've got little whiskers that come out, actually quite a few of them. I'm not going to put as many as are actually in one, but I'm going to put a few in here, maybe 10 or so on each side to kind of give that look. And to get that, I'm going to use paint bristles here, and I've got this little pin from, it's actually from a compass, and I'm going to use this to create some holes in here, so I can reach in and I can create a hole, and then I can grab my bristles, and then I can put one in there after putting it in some super glue and have them stick out. Alright, so that's what I've got. There's the river otter, and there is the wolf howling at the moon. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the support.